on. Morning, Mercedes. Happy Friday. You actually got up this morning, or you didn't have a meeting. I'm happy to see you. Hey, Nappy, good morning. Get your coffee, guys. Good morning. Get your coffee. Nappy, you must be off today. I'm happy to have you. Coffee. Listen, my brother commented on my post the other day. Hey, Ma. Oh, you drinking coffee in your new cup? Listen. Hey, Marcus, good morning. Listen, my mother ordered her cups, and she didn't even ask. This is the thing. My mother placed her order for her coffee mugs. She never even called me in advance to say, Robin, I'm ordering coffee mugs. She didn't ask them for me free. She just ordered them like a regular customer. I'm proud of you, Mother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay? And you're drinking coffee this morning out of your new cups. I love it. Hey, Angela, good morning. Hey, Tally, good morning. You know, yesterday I sent out some orders. So if any of you guys placed orders this week, I remember a few of the names on the packages. They're not on here yet. But I sent your packages out yesterday. So more people should be getting their cups and t-shirts. Morning. Oh, and one more thing while we're gathering. Morning, Mimi. It's Friday. I was talking about Mother's using her new coffee mugs this morning. Hopefully you using your new coffee mug too, Mimi. Okay? Theo says she uses hers every day. And y'all, guess what? I only got one cup left of the afro, the raw to the bone lady with the afro. One cup left of Wake Up, Show Up. Coffee with Friends. These are the 20 ounces. And one cup left of, Come and Get the Tea. Okay? Coffee with Friends, but Come and Get the Tea. One more of those cups each. Okay? Those cups went fast. Yeah. Oh, right, you're at work. I forget. Right, your coffee mug is for home. That's right. Okay. Hey, Sabrina, good morning. Hey, Auntie. We're just gathering and just talking small talk. But let me start talking about what the topic is today so that people know. Even though I put the topic out in advance, sometimes people miss it. So I'm just going to call out what the topic is today. And, oh, shoot. Mother, Alexis is having the baby. Oh, shoot. Oh, you commented on it. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So today's topic is, are black women, let me read it exactly how I put it. All right. Black women are taught to survive without a man rather than taught to keep a man. I know it's harsh. It's a harsh phrase, but let's talk about it. I'm going to give you my, and say, I'll be back getting my cup with the afro. That's right, Mercedes. That's right. You're on here. You got your cup. Get your cup, girl. You going to order it. All right, wait a minute, y'all. So black women are taught to survive without a man rather than to keep a man. So we're going to talk about this because when I first put the topic up on Coffee with Friends, I giggled at it and I was like, what kind of bullshit is this? Okay? Always want to say something about the black woman. We feel we're so independent and blah, blah, blah. But then I start thinking deeper because, you know, I say these topics on Coffee with Friends, even as small as the topic might seem, if you really think about it, it might trigger something in you. And so this particular topic triggered something in me, and probably why I don't feel I need a man. And I don't know if it's a black woman thing or just a woman thing or whatever, but I'm going to get into why I feel the way I feel a lot of times. Okay? Because it's only fair that I share too. All right, so let me go to my page so I can see my live. Oh, my damn page won't load. Come on now. Trying to get to my live. Poor Tamar, y'all. As I'm trying to get to my live, I don't know what's going on with my Facebook now. This iPad, I'm ready to throw this shit in the garbage. I mean, you know, I really need new Mac stuff, but Mac get on my nerves because they're so freaking expensive. But anyway, guys, I'm going to start the conversation. I don't know what's going on with getting to my page on Facebook right now. But anyway, the topic today is black women are taught to not need a man, right? And so we say that to say what? Is this phrase stated because black women exude such independence that the notion is that we don't need a man? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you my experiences growing up and why I feel that there's a possibility that is a learned behavior about needing a man. I remember my father. When I think back and I think about the men that were in my life, right? Let's just talk about this for a minute. When I think about the men that was in my life, normally, you know, when we grow up, a lot of things that we do and a lot of things that we execute is based on a learned behavior, right? Let me put my glasses on because my iPad is acting stupid. So I don't know if I'm going to be successful in reading from the iPad today. But oh, Mercedes, it's rawtothebone.com. Rawtothebone.com. Okay? Anyway, guys, when I think back about the men that were in my life, I call out my father, right? Because that's the first man that I'm introduced to, right? So let's talk about that for a minute. When I was growing up, my mother was the head of the household, okay? Hey, Arlene, good morning. Hey, Diane, good morning. Guys, be patient with me because my iPad is acting up. My brother needs to jump on here. Hey, Tony, good morning, boo. I need a new laptop. This is how you beg, you beg shit from your brother. Hey, Dorothy, good morning. Anyway, guys, you know, I grew up with my mom being the head of the household. I saw I was being cared for by one parent, okay? I did have my father in my life, but he lived separately, you know, new relationship, new kids, you know, the norm. I mean, it was the norm for me, right? So I was raised with my mom. And so my mom, I saw her get up, go to work, provide for the house, do what she needed to do. However she did it, right? I never saw my dad do that, right? Now, this is raw to the bone, and I tell my shit just like I ask you guys to tell your shit. Now, I love my parents. I do. You know, I'm not saying this because, you know, I dislike my parents or anything. I'm just saying it because it's the truth. It's my truth, right? So my dad, I don't ever remember my dad even working. Okay, I remember I had a conversation with my father, and I asked my father, why don't you work? Because I didn't understand it, right? And he said to me, I'm not going out there working for minimum wage. And I said, wow. I said, it will only be minimum wage for a little while. If you started working younger on minimum wage, then you wouldn't be making minimum wage now, right? The longer you stay out of work, the longer you're going to be down there with the minimum wage. So that was always my father's excuse. I'm not working for minimum wage, but what were you making staying home? You weren't making any money staying home, right? So as far as seeing someone stand up and be head of the household, all I had the reference to was my mother, right? My dad was the one that stayed home. He cooked, in the house with, with his new, in his new relationship. He cooked, he did whatever, and he stayed home and he chilled. Okay? So I think growing up for me, I was taught that it was my responsibility as the woman, not because my mother outright taught me and said, Robin, it's your responsibility as a woman to take care of the house. But I learned that behavior by looking at my mom. Okay? That's the only reference I had. So now I feel like as I navigated myself through life, that's the role model I went with. I just felt like I don't need nobody to take care of me because I could go to work and I could pay my own bills and I could do what I need to do, right? Anybody that come into my life at this point is an addition, is a plus, is an add. It's not because I need them. And that was a mindset that I just grew up with. Nobody physically taught it to me, but it was something that I saw. Right? So when this statement is made about black women are taught to be without a man rather than to keep one, yes, it's not that we are sat down in the classroom, we sit down in the classroom, we're taught 9 times out of 10 based on our environment, right? And so we know how it is. A lot of our friends, when we look around, we were raised by single parents. Not all of us, but a lot of us. Okay? So, with that being said, let's see what you guys have to say. Because that's why it took me a long time, and still now. I mean, I depend on myself most of the time. Even though I know I have a husband, but I don't live in the comfort of, if I lose my job, will my husband take care of me? Even though I did lose my job at one point and my husband did have to take care of me, I was still afraid. I was very afraid, okay? Because I'm not used to anybody taking care of me. Oh my God. They still talking about Kanye West. I'm so over him. All right, my iPad is not being friendly this morning. I don't know what the freak is going on. Oh, this is why. Stupid me. If I told y'all what I was doing, you would die. All right, so guys, let me start reading what the comments here is, because this topic, to me, at first, I laughed at it, but then when I thought about it, I was like, ooh, this shit ain't so funny, because, when I grew up, I remember my dad collecting. My dad at first was on welfare. Yes, he was. And then later on in life, he got on Social Security, SSI, because he was disabled. And, how he got on SSI was because when he was on social services, you know how they start sending your ass to work for money? They sent his ass to work and he had to clean the buses, and he had a big fucking attitude. And I was like, Dad, why you mad? You're a healthy man. You have to work, right? So then he got mad, and then when he got sick, they put him on SSI, so he didn't have to clean them fucking buses no more. But this was my experience, okay? So only person I saw actively providing and putting food on the table day in and day out was my mother, because that's who I lived with, okay? And that's who I saw get up and go to work every day. So let me go up here and read. Mercedes, let me know if you were able to get that order in. You lucky, Mercedes, because I told my son to buy me that last cup, and he didn't answer my text last night. That's messed up. So now I'm not going to have that cup. Okay. All right. So Mercedes said, I was raised with a mom who taught her daughters to be independent financially and not to be vulnerable with men or they will abuse you. Okay. So it was right for her to teach you to be independent, right? And I don't think that meant that statement that your mom made meant you don't need a man, right? But sometimes, based on how we grow up and what we see, it's embedded in us that we don't need the man, right? Mercedes said, my father reinforced those ideas by being neglectful and abusive. See? That's another thing. Okay, that's another thing. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The other reference to men that I have in my life are the men that my mom dated, right? And so I told you guys yesterday when I said I don't like people walking up close to me because I feel like I'm traumatized because I saw my mom be abused, right? I saw my brother's father abuse my mom. And so to me, that's not head of a household. Why would I want a man? Why would I want to rely on a man when I think that might be the outcome? Right? So when you see abuse growing up and when you see men not working and when you see men not taking their rightful place in the household when you're growing up, guess what? You're going to grow up to know that. And if your mother is the driving force in that relationship and she's the one providing and out there humping and taking care of the kids, guess what? That's going to be instilled in us. Okay? I know it was instilled in me. Okay. Mercedes said, as I got older, I would be told by men that either I was too independent or they liked my independence. In both cases, they didn't offer to step up. That's the other thing. Come on, y'all. That's the other thing. Happy Friday, y'all. That is the other thing. Mercedes, you hitting the nail on the head today. As we get older, when we grow up with this belief that, we don't need a man based on what we saw, right? And we become these individual people, right? These independent individual people, very independent. Some men are intimidated by that. Some men are intimidated by the fact that their woman is so independent and does not need them, right? But why should they be offended? To me, that's a plus. Right? If men are stepping up and they're taking care of their business, then women would not have to step up and take care of the business. But that's what a lot of us are taught growing up. Okay? And the first thing men say is, oh, she's so independent. Okay, well then help me, motherfucker. Because then they get in a relationship and they won't step up like Mercedes said. They won't step up because they look at you and they see you're independent. They see you can hold shit down and they step back instead of stepping up. They let us take control. They let us be independent. If these men stepped up and did what they were supposed to do, then maybe the thinking would not be black women don't need a man. Okay? Got to step up. Mercedes said, as I got older, I would be I read that. Mimi said, I don't know if I was actually taught that. My mother never told me don't depend on a man, but I didn't grow up in a household with two parents, and neither did my very close relatives. See? Maybe it was instilled in us subconsciously. I just knew I didn't want to be grown living paycheck to paycheck or not having enough to provide for my family. And that's the thing, Mimi. And that's the thing. So when this question is asked, it's not that someone is taught not to have a man or to live without a man. We're not actually sat down in a classroom or in a room on Saturdays between the hours of 8 and 9 and taught to live our lives without a man. But what we experienced growing up, what we saw. okay, is our lesson. And so subconsciously, as you indicated, is how we were taught. Nappy said, I agree, Robin. It's something that is taught on an unconscious level. I learned that a while ago, that the parents are out teachers of life by example. Yes, they're our teachers of life by example, whether good or bad. Whether you have a bad experience with your parents or a good experience with your parents, it's still a learned lesson. There go that order, Mercedes. I see an order. That must be yours. There goes that learned lesson. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's what we see. And can you blame us? So, I mean, I want to flip this a little bit by saying, I do have a few men on here today. The question for men is, if you're in a relationship with a woman who is independent, who is holding her stuff down, how do you think you can step up and add to that independence instead of stepping back, like Mercedes said, and I said, because I've experienced it. I've experienced men, coming into my life or dealing with me and seeing how independent I am, and they step back and they let me do everything, right? They let me do everything because they feel I can. That don't mean I fucking want to. So come on, men. How can you help, change this course? We want you. We want to need you. How can we do better? I've been there too. Men are very intimidated by independent women. They are. But you know what? It's almost to the point, Mimi, that they punish us for being independent. But it's not our fault. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I'm no educator, I'm no psychologist, or anything like that. But, I live through life like the rest of you. Okay? But I want to say, for centuries, women have been carrying the household in a sense, right? And we rely on our men to be providers as far as going out working, bringing home the money and stuff like that. But the world has changed. So now both people are going out bringing in the money. Both people are having multiple streams of income. Both people are doing these things. But on top of that, your woman is also coming home, cooking, cleaning, doing your fucking laundry and doing all that other shit on top of working, on top of having multiple streams of income, on top of doing all of that. That's the independent woman. But how can the men step up and help, right? Without being intimidated of our independence. That's what I need to know. How can we change this? So Tally said, I think you are right, Robin. It's definitely a learned behavior. For me, I saw both my parents work and contribute to the household. However, when that relationship ended, I quickly learned that I needed to be self-sufficient. It's all good when the relationship is working, but when shit go left, women need to be able to stand on her own. Facts. Agree. Okay? When shit ain't working, the first thing men do is, it's funny because I watched, these movies on TV and shit. And these white people get divorced and the wife be staying in the house. She ain't never had a job. But they get a divorce and the husband move out and he's still paying the mortgage and the landscaper and the whatever. Right? And I'm like, where the fuck they do that at? Like, they show this on TV, and I grew up thinking only white people did that. I did. I was like, ooh, white people are lucky because when their husbands leave them, their husbands still pay the mortgage. You know why? Because that's all I saw on TV. I didn't see black couples get divorced on TV, and the black man pay the mortgage for the wife. Why? So it's not only what I'm taught, it's also what I see. Right? So I look around and I go, shit, ain't nobody taking care of the black woman. We got to take care of ourselves. How can we change that? Hey, Mika, good morning. Exactly. I broke up with Tony's father for abusing me right away. He was a beast. I mean, his name was Country. That was his nickname, okay? Listen, I remember one fight, y'all. Listen, it's too early for fucking vodka in this cup, I'm telling you. But I remember one fight, he was tearing my mother's ass, and I jumped on his back. Ma, remember that shit? It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I jumped on his back, and he threw me. He just did like this, ding, and I flew across the room. I was like, oh, shit. Listen, this is why I don't like motherfuckers to come close to me. I'm traumatized. But I did try to hold you down, Ma. I did. And he flung my ass across the room. But I had your back. I had your back. We were in it together. Hey, Tony. Good morning. Arlene said, my dad blatantly told me, make sure I can do for myself and never depend on a man so I can leave when I want. I have always had that mentality. After I was too aggressive with it, he then changed his tune to, I need to let a man be a man. You see? They mess us up, Arlene. They messing us up. They tell us to be independent, and then they tell us to need a man. I'm going to tell you, I was over my cousin's house last weekend, and I was telling them, hurry up, I had to go because I had to go home and make Sunday dinner. And my cousin looked at me and said, Robin, you be cooking? I said, I cook Sunday through Thursday for my husband. No, I make sure he eats. Friday and Saturday are his days. He has to feed me on Friday and Saturday. But Sunday through Thursday, I feed him. And he was like, are you serious? Where did you learn that from? And he's looking at his wife. And I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. I had a balance, thank God. As I got a little bit older and after I had my son, I was living with my grandmother. When my son turned, I don't know, about 4, going on 5, I moved in with my grandmother. And the few years that I lived with her and the years that I grew up with her, it reinstilled in me a different way of handling a relationship. Now, my grandmother always made sure food was prepared for her husband every day, no matter what. So that's what I do. So that's a learned behavior. But she still held down that house. She still raised them freaking 5 kids. She was still working. She still came home and did the laundry, cooked. To me, she was the head of the household. She was still the head of the household. So it's what we see. Hey, Cena. But that's funny, Arlene. He changed his tune because you were a beast in it. And he was probably like, oh, shit, she ain't going to get married. Let me tell her to chill. Mimi said, not only do they step back, they take advantage. I give out, I do them high fives when I feel it in my soul, okay? They take advantage. It's always, oh, she got it. I don't need to do it. Shit. This is what I'm talking about. This is the downfall of an independent woman. Yet we are subconsciously taught to be independent, and rightfully so. We should be independent. That is a plus to the relationship. A man should appreciate having an independent woman. He shouldn't just leave her out there wavering because he knows she can do it. Knows she can do it if you get hit by a bus, motherfucker, and you die. That's when you die with the comfort of knowing that your wife can hold herself down. But if you're living and you're breathing, whether she can hold it down or not, you should still be holding it down, sir. Whether she could do it or not. Okay? Don't leave her out there just because you think she could do it. This goes back to why a lot of us don't like to ask for help. You know that conversation we had 2 days ago? Okay. So, yes, Mimi, that was a good one. Mother said, I did give him 3 chances. Robin, your father abused me too. Right. Now, see, my dad did it too. I wasn't old enough to see it or remember it, so I don't remember my dad beating my mother. But I remember my mother telling me my dad beat my mother. All right. And I think that was the reason why you guys got separated, right? Because you guys got separated. I was still a toddler. So I don't remember the beatings. But this is what I'm saying. So my mother went through abuse. And, several times. I didn't witness that one, but I witnessed others. Okay? So I don't fuck with abuse. And, I am independent. But that don't mean I don't need a motherfucker to step up. Oh, mother said that's the reason she stayed alone after that. Okay, cool. Listen, I don't blame you. The one thing, thank God, I never experienced a man beat me down, because I promise you, I got too many brothers, y'all. I do. Some people going to jail. I promise you. Don't beat me. People going to jail. I promise you that. I couldn't deal with it. No way. Okay? Mercedes said, I think your son got it, because it won't let me put it in the cart. Oh, somebody else ordered. 2 people just submitted an order. So maybe somebody ordered it before. You know, my son didn't go get it for me, Mercedes. He would have zelled me the money and told me to just put the cup in my cabinet. But 2 orders came in during this feed. So somebody might have bought it, Mercedes. I'm sorry. I only had 1 left. So now I must only have 1 of the come and get the tea and 1 of wake up, show up. 20-ounce mugs. Ooh wee. They went quick. I do have 3 more of the right now ready of the 11-ounce mugs. My next set of 11-ounce mugs should be ready in the next couple of days. It's gonna have a different design. All right. Hey Lieber, good morning. Hey Rondera, good morning. Hey Charlotte, good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. Oh my God, facts. White women be set. They do tally. I mean, listen, I don't have no friends that said their husband moved out and they still pay the mortgage. You got to go to court. You got to threaten their mama. You got to kick them in the knees. You got to do all kind of shit to make these motherfuckers pay your mortgage after they move out. Okay? An abusive woman needs to be on her own. Yes. Mika said, and that's the difference. We are raised to hold our own in case the relationship sours. They are not. Wow. Mika, you just hit on something. Okay, I'm going to hang here for a minute. You said, that's the difference. We are raised to hold our own in case the relationship sours. They are not. What do you mean by that? Let's talk about that. What do you mean they are not ready? See, that's some shit right there. Let's talk about it. Libra said, I love me a hard, strong, working woman. Most men do, Libra, but what we're saying is, as hard of a working woman as we are, we still need our men to step up. Just because we can do it doesn't mean that we want to do it all the time. We still look to our male partners to take up some weight. Right? So it doesn't matter whether it's her business versus your business. Whatever the need is, he should be there to support her, to stand by her, to help her. When you got your woman out here doing everything for herself, okay, running her businesses and doing everything, what the fuck they need y'all for? Dick? Dick is around the corner. I always said that. Anybody could go get some dick from around the corner. It's around the corner, y'all. It's around the corner. You don't have to live with someone if they're not helping you. And that is the mind of an independent woman. You see how I did that? And that's how I be feeling sometimes. Just because we're independent don't mean y'all don't need to step the fuck up. Okay, Mercedes, you picked a different cup. I'm sorry about that, boo. Country. That's my uncle. Oh my God. Rondera, yes. So Rondera is on here. Rondera is Tony's cousin, right? Because she said, country, that's my uncle. He was unruly back in the day. So, see, she's on here. Should she know? Now, country, I told y'all, is his nickname, right? And so he was a mess back in the day. Rondera, I ask about him all the time. I hope he's doing well up there in the country. I really, really do. And I hope he calmed the fuck down. I really do. I hope he's not swinging and doing all that wild stuff anymore. I hope he's really calm. Because Tony is very calm. All right. So I would hope that country is calm too. Okay. Nappy said, I was married. Wife didn't work at all. Stayed home and took care of her handicapped child. Her handicapped child? We had a baby, and before the baby was 2, I was put out the house. She was bossy and abusive. It was abusive before we got married, so we never got back together. I learned that her dad was abusive to her mom, and her dad left her mom. So this is an epidemic that our black women go through. Sad to say, they subconsciously push men away. And there you go, Nappy. So this is not one of them phrases that's surfacey. This shit is deep. Why black women push men away? We're talking about it right here, right? So when we ask this question, men, don't think it's just like, oh, because they're bitches, oh, because they're independent, oh, because whatever. It's got some deep content as to why black women push men away. There's some deep content in that. Thank you, Nappy, for sharing that. Mimi said, to piggyback off Mika, some mothers nurture their sons and fight with their daughters. Oh, that's another good one. Let me tell y'all something. I was a young teenage parent. I say it all the time, so y'all know I keep taking off my glasses, but y'all know why. And I was a nurturer. I raised my son to not be independent, but not on purpose, y'all. I raised him. I was a teenager raising a child. I raised this boy to the best of my ability. Okay, but in my adult years, I was looking at my son and I said, oh shit, I made some mistakes. Okay, mistakes that are natural to make when you're young and you don't know how to be a parent. But my son was one of those people that was overly nurtured, and he's 37 right now, and he's just grew up. He's really just stepping into his manhood. Honestly, it took a really long time. Okay, I was really afraid that he wasn't going to be able to be independent and be on his own. I was really afraid, and that was also a learned behavior, because when I think back, my grandmother had 5 kids, 4 boys, 1 girl. Okay, and her boys were coddled. They were nurtured. My dad, like I said, did not work. When he ran out of money, guess where he went? To his mother. Until he died on his deathbed. That's what he did. Okay, so you're right, Mimi. You're right. That's why I wanted Mika to elaborate on that, because, sometimes the sons are overly nurtured and they're not as strong as the women, or they're not as independent as the women. Because you're right, Mimi, the women are the ones that the mother is hounding on, teaching us how to cook, teaching us how to clean, doing the laundry, doing the this, doing the that. So we're in that caretaker mode from little. Mimi said, mothers are much harder on the daughters, but let the sons get away with murder. Yes. I started to change the way I treated my son when he was about 15 years old. That's when I realized that I was fucking up. Okay? I started to wake up. I started to grow up. Okay? That's when I started to enter into my adulthood. When he was about 15, it took me time to grow up too. People assumed I was grown because I had a kid, but I wasn't. I was still growing up. Okay? So when he was 15, I said, fuck this shit. Something is wrong. So I had a maid come and clean the house, but I let the maid clean every part of the house except his room. I start separating out his laundry, and I start sending him to the laundromat. I started doing little shit to try to make him independent. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized at that point that I was in trouble. Okay? Actually, him going to jail helped him be a little bit independent too, honestly. Okay? Being away from me for some years. Mercedes said, when I think of a man helping me, I don't think it's always financial. Let's talk about it. The last guy I was with didn't show up to help me prepare for a hurricane. I knew things were souring at that point. He prepared his home, then chilled. Hurricane was a few days away and plenty of time to come by me and help me set up. And this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Oh my God, Mercedes. This is what I mean. Half the time we're not even looking at y'all money, mans. We're not even looking at your money. When we say help us, we're saying help us navigate through life. Help us continue to be independent. Help us continue to be strong. Help us grow. You know what can happen if the man, imagine all the things the independent woman is doing on her own. Imagine if the man stepped in and helped her. Wow, the power. Okay, so you're right, Mercedes. We're not always talking about money, but simple shit like that. There's a hurricane coming and you focused on your house because he probably thought you got it, boo. You can handle it. You're independent. But that's, come on. What do we need men for then? If they turn around and tell you you got it, what do we need them for? Come on. This is crazy. Help us need you. You know what we've been through, black men. Y'all know what the black women have been through from slave days all the way through now. Y'all know what we've been through. So help us need you by putting aside the fact that we're so independent and stepping up a bit more and helping us. Okay? That might change over generations how women look at their partners. You never know. Brandy said there seems to be something different with the boys and girls are raised. Girls are raised to be responsible, to do chores, to be accountable, to do well in school, and to have virtue. Often boys are not raised with the same way. Yep, that's what we're talking with. You're the third person that said that, and you're right. Most things are optional for them. Yep, I'm saying all. But this is my observation in many cases. I believe this is why women function better as adults than when the issues come in. I agree. And this is why when, I'm around people and their kids are ratchet or they're disrespectful or they're, just rude, I be like, listen, these little kids gonna be somebody's husband or wife. Do better. Right? They need to know how to take care of themselves, boys and girls equally. But I learned that from what I didn't get. I saw the imbalance. I didn't grow up with a mother and father in the household. And I know what happened with my son. And I know what happened with me growing up. And I know what's happening with me in my adult life. Right? So we have to do better with our children. And the grown men, y'all need to do better with stepping in and stepping up. Okay? And we're not talking money. Why? Oh, Sabrina said that's another topic. Why black women push their men's away. Tally said, exactly. I can't stand that angry black woman box they love to put us in. I'm telling you, and that angry black woman box travels across all arenas for us, right? At home, at work. We just can't, or else we just angry, right? But shit, I feel like, fuck, I got the right to be angry. Help me. Okay? Mercedes said, I love how you were saying overly nurtured and not calling them mama boys. Same shit. I was just being nice. Same shit, mama boys. My son, pure mama boy. He just growing into himself in the last couple of years. Okay? And you know the thing about that is people think we like mommy's boys. They think mothers like their sons to be mommy boys. No, y'all. I know I didn't like it. When I realized he was a mommy's boy, I was like, oh my God, I messed up. That's not good. Right? But he grew up now. He grew up now. It took a long time and some garlic on the door and some holy water and a lot of prayers. Okay? But he's stepping into his own now. Sabrina said, I started my caretaker role at 10. I'm with you, Sabrina. I started mine at 11 when my brother was born. But, and on top of that, I had chores. Now, my mother be trying to act like she got brain fog, and she try to act like she don't remember them damn chores she used to give me. And Ma, you on here, so you know. You used to leave a list of chores on the refrigerator. And it wasn't no little baby boo-boo chores. Okay, it wasn't go fold your clothes and put them in the drawer. It wasn't go sweep the kitchen floor. No, it was defrost the refrigerator, sweep and mop the floor, sweep the stairs, and mop the stairs. Do this. I mean, the list was long, and I had chores Monday through Friday. So I had to come home from school, do my chores, pick my brother up from the babysitter, hang out in the street with him for a little while he's in his stroller, and get the fuck back home at a certain time. Okay? This was me. My brother ain't had to do none of that shit growing up. None of it. Now, Ma. Okay. Oh, Mika said that too, but I was talking about black women versus white women. Mercedes said, my friends told me that I need to sound like the damsel in distress, but I forgot to maintain it. Laugh out loud. It's not my character anymore. I'm not sounding like no damn damsel in distress. I feel like if my man respects me and he love me, he want to continue to grow with me, get the fuck over here and hurricane proof my house. I'ma quit you if you don't. And this is how we get rid of our men quickly, because we have been, taught subconsciously to be independent, that when a man show his ass and he look like he not gonna help you, the first thing that comes to mind is, I'ma quit you. I don't need you, boo. If I can hurricane my whole house without you, don't come here no more. Simple. And this is how we get rid of our men. It's their fault, though. Oh, guys, I have a 9 o'clock meeting, so I got to stop on time. All right. Yeah, Facebook is acting weird today, Jay. So let me read these last bit of comments, and then I want to say something. Mika said they're still angry with us for allowing the world and feminism to split up the family structure. Don't be mad at us. We still fighting equality. Focus on that. Okay? Nappy said, is there any other guy in here today? I feel like I have to defend the men. Yes, Lee Bird is in here. Marcus is in here. But Marcus has been joining, but he's been quiet. Shamika must have kicked him in his mouth or something. I don't know what the hell happened there. And Lee Bird is on. Lee Bird said he loves strong women. He probably making ackee and saltfish in his restaurant. Oh, Mercedes said, Rondira, I bet you took my cup. Rondira, did you order? I said it was only 1 cup left, y'all. Oh, my God. Mimi said, some mothers like that shit. It's like they want to marry their sons, not me. Shit. Me and my son argue a fight. Listen, when he come over here, he can only be here for a couple of hours. If he's here a minute too long, we start. And I'll be like, You know how many times I'll be like, it's time for you to go. Get out. Bye. Get out. Because he go from here to there. You can't. I can't. He can't and I can't. So I don't like that mama boy shit. I mean, his father was a mother's boy. Okay? Because when his mother, and Tally, don't lie. And Tally, you on here, and his father is your brother, okay? And he was a mama's boy. When we moved into our first apartment, his mother used to call at 10 o'clock at night talking about, coming and my feet hurt and my back hurt. Could you come over here and get me Pepsi, a pack of cigarettes, and rub my feet and my back? And he would get up and go, and I'd be like, where the fuck you going? Mommy boy. Okay. Mimi said, my son is a mama's boy, but also knows mommy don't play that. I make sure my son knows how to do things on his own, and mommy is not a maid. I'm telling you, that little boy, I be like, AJ, let me do it for you. No, I got it. AJ, come here. No, I got it. Let me help you. No, I got it. Very independent. And I said that from when he was young. I said that to Hakeem. I was like, Mimi really make him do stuff by himself. Like, and he really loved doing it by himself. You try to help this boy. He has to attempt it first before he hands it to you for help. I'm telling you. Even with the TV. He be like, I'm going to go watch YouTube. I'm going to do that. I'll be like, let me switch. No, I got it. I'll figure it out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, you just going to go through all the inputs on my TV and you're going to figure this out on your own. And he does. Tally says, sadly, it's a vicious cycle because even a good man can appreciate a strong woman, but can sometimes fail to notice when she needs help, and it's not okay. Right. Not even taking financial, just day-to-day burdens of life. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is the downfall of a strong woman, right? Everyday burdens of life. We're not talking about money, right? Help us. Sabrina said, I taught all my children all the same, age 12, 4 boys and 1 girl, laundry and more. That's how it should be. Mother said, you're right. Tony only made his bed. That's right. That's all he did. I was sweeping floors, mopping, cleaning ovens, defrosting refrigerators, y'all, picking babies up from the babysitter. And my brother only had to make his bed. Now, what kind of shit is that? See what I'm saying? Yes, Mika, Libra is the one who takes vacations with his exes and his current girlfriend. They all get along like sister wives. That's him. Rondira said, it's likely had to go cash out my cart since it was the last call. Oh, Rondira, you did take the cup. Yes, being mama boys sometimes make bad husbands. They do make bad husbands. But guys, we got 10 minutes and there's a couple of things I want to talk about real quick. So one, let me read Nappy's comment. Nappy said, I can't say I love a woman that takes care of her own, but being strong-headed makes room for a man not to help or be there for the help that is required. No, that is what y'all think. See right there, Nappy? You think. Oh, come on. Y'all think that because the women are strong, we don't need your help. We do need your help. Just help us. That's all. But guys, let me stop here for a minute because I want to talk to y'all about something. I want to remind you that tomorrow is Loving You is Hurting Me book question and answer at 8 o'clock. Okay, so be ready. Chapter 2, Dawn Brathwaite. Chapter 3, Theo Carter. We're going to have a Zoom session. All right, so I haven't done Zoom in a really long time, so this will be one of my first Zoom sessions in a while. So in the beginning, if we're having technical difficulties, just be patient with me. But we will have that Zoom Saturday, 8 o'clock. Make sure you are reading chapter 2 and chapter 3 and come with your questions, guys. I can't wait. Have your cocktails in hand, okay? And whoever got your Raw to the Bone t-shirts, throw them on too. I would love to see you in your t-shirts. Listen, if you want to pour some wine in them coffee cups, I'm with that too, okay? But anyway, that was the first thing I wanted to remind you guys of. So I'll send out the reminder on that event after this call so that everybody can be reminded that this event is happening tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The second thing I want to say is that, you know, I talk about, oh, he took the garbage out as well. Okay. See, Mika said her brothers took the garbage out. What the fuck is that? Anyway, the second thing I wanted to talk about was, you know how, you know, we talked about supporting Black businesses. There's multiple ways of supporting Black businesses and giving back to your community. It's not always making a purchase. It's not always, you know, it's various ways to do things. So in this particular case, though, there is a purchase involved, you know, but a good one. I have decided to do a virtual wine tasting, right? So a virtual wine tasting with Raw to the Bone. I didn't pick a date yet, but I just posted on my Raw to the Bone page the picture of the wine tasting is being done with One Hope Wine. Sip with Sass is going to be the person from One Hope doing it. And I'm just going to host the virtual wine tasting. And what that does is it allows you, you know, for me, they asked me what 501c I wanted to contribute the money to. So this is for charity, y'all. This is for charity. And I pick funding of African-American books to be placed in elementary schools. Okay. So that's my charity that I chose to support. And a part of supporting the charity is doing the wine tasting, doing Zoom, Everybody buys a bottle of wine, any wine you want. The cheapest wine is $20. I think that's on there. You buy a bottle of wine of your choice. We jump on a Zoom. We talk about the wine, how you like the wine, what you like about the wine. And Sip with Sass will jump in and talk about what One Hope is about and the different charities and how it gives back to the community. So I did post that on my page, guys. Please take a look at it. The information is there. If you want to contribute to the charity, please go to that post and look at the link and shop around for your bottle of wine. And I will be setting up that event. That will also be a Zoom event, okay? Virtual wine tasting. Okay. Nappy said, I meant to say that I can say that I love a woman that takes care of her own. Yes, most men do. Because then they get fucking lazy. When women can take care of their own, they lay around more. They sit around more. They don't do, because they think we got it. Okay? Yes, Sip with Sass. Here we go. Okay? So, please, guys, go to my post. My virtual wine tasting post. I know a lot of you drink wine on here. And some of you that don't, you know, if you want to buy a bottle of wine for someone as a gift, that's cool too. Whatever works. But I do like the charity. I do like the nonprofit organization that we're moving towards, because we do need more African American books in school that address racism, right? We do need it. Okay, so this is the charity that I selected to participate in. So please make sure you go to that link and you help me build the charity. All right, you help me contribute to the charity. So with that being said, guys, Roar to the Bone, Facebook, IG, okay, YouTube. Please make sure you're following me. I do upload videos on YouTube often. I've been uploading some of these Coffee with Friends chats just to save them and have them in a place outside of Facebook, so other people that's not on Facebook can also go on and listen to these conversations. So I've been uploading those on YouTube as well. As you know, I have my t-shirts, the coffee mugs I don't keep out because I don't want them to break. But you guys, you know, I have the tank top in white, orange, and then I have the Black Lives Matter t-shirts, and I have the green, and this also comes in a white. Okay, on my website, rawtothebone.com. Make sure you're jumping on and you're ordering. I probably got one 20-ounce mug left. I don't know which one Mercedes ordered. I know the Afro Girl is gone. Dag, I didn't even get one for myself. The Afro Girl is gone. I don't know which one Mercedes ordered, but I think I only have one 20-ounce mug left, okay? So, guys, if you want something, hop on there and get it. And hopefully I get to see those t-shirts tomorrow on the Zoom. But for now, I'm out, okay? Gone for now, but not forever. Roar to the bone.